Yo, what up, everybody? Make sure y'all can hear me. Yo, what up, everybody? All right, good. We straight then. All right, guys. This is my first ever reaction, and I thought, why not do it to the college 26 deep dive that is about to premiere at 11 o'clock. I know it says 2 minutes, but they do a little countdown or whatnot. So yeah. See a lot of people in the chat right here. Roll Tide, Husky. Roll Tide, go Canes, Nebraska, NIU, LSU, Irish, LSU, Buckeyes, Nebraska, Michigan, Gators, Notre Dame. It's crazy to think about how big this game is because like people play with every team. Got Duke in there, go Noles, go Cards. Yeah, they spamming stuff right now. All right, 60 seconds, then it's gonna begin a countdown. Change this to I got it up. All right, we got this up. Looking short there. And I know y'all can't hear nothing besides me. Once this starts, y'all gonna be able to hear that, hopefully. If not, I can adjust it before the actual deep dive video comes out. And we might as well, like after the video, we might as well go through and deep dive the blog posts and stuff like that. Or as they call it, the what do they call it? The campus huddle or whatever. Spam footballs in the chat. War Eagles, Vols, Rock Chalk, Cocaines. Alright, somebody spamming freaking eggplants in the chat. Out of my ear. Alright, y'all let me know how that sounds. Turn it down some. I don't feel like it turned down at all. There we go. Hold that up a little bit with it. That's not good. Y'all heard it echo, my bad. I was just seeing how everything sounded. Three minutes on a little cover shoot. Jeremiah Smith, Ryan Williams. which I think both of them are like 19, 18 years old, which is absolutely crazy. And how much they balled out last year. I see Kennesaw State logo up here. I see Army logo up here. Trying to see logos that's not really big up there. See Boise State, SMU, Appalachian State, Air Force, Arizona State, Nebraska, Ole Miss, Michigan State. Okay, gotta have Georgia up there. I see Tulane up there, Navy, Auburn. I can't see. Oh, that's North Carolina down there at the bottom. If somebody was made that into a quilt, bro, that junk would be lit. I miss quilts like that. Them thick ones that had like the different patterns where it was stitched in and stuff. Alright guys, we're a minute 30 away. Let's see what we're talking about, man. Dynasty is my favorite game mode, so I'm expecting to see a lot of upgrades. Not saying this year was bad, but there's some stuff that was missing that should have been in. Should have been in it. But they got some good stuff they could build on for sure. Hopefully my camera placement is good. If not, I can either minimize it or something. Figure it out. Okay, guys, it's tough seeing the behind the scenes how they work and stuff. I don't know if y'all heard that, but the rock quarry is blowing up rocks, and you can feel the junk all the way down. Just around this time, every time. All right, 20 seconds, guys, and we here. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get it.
Hey everybody, it's Kirk Herbstreit. Improvements to Dynasty and EA Sports College Football 26 are focused around adding authenticity to every Dynasty run, while also delivering on community feedback. For the first time ever, you can start your Dynasty by stepping
We knew this already.
of one of over 300 authentic college football coaches. To ensure each coach and coordinator's authentic styles are highlighted, we completely rebalanced archetypes and abilities and enhanced playbooks with over 2,800 new plays. So when you
Hey, they got my 3-5 tight in there.
Kirby Smart one week and a program builder like Lane Kiffin the next, you truly feel the difference on the football field. This new depth also offers more options when creating your own coach, giving you more control over the path you ultimately take.
Hey, coaches can wear tank tops?
Early career
Oh my gosh.
sustained growth across a new level cap up to 100. Of course, no coach excels at everything.
I like the
hire
menus.
coordinators
This
who complement
clean.
your strengths or shore up your weaknesses. And make sure to leverage your staff's active archetype perk to really accelerate your progression.
Look at the hoodie with the jacket.
Updates to how coaching archetypes are unlocked, balanced, and expanded make each coaching path even more strategic and distinct. All 3 base archetypes now require a minimum coach level to unlock, promoting focused early investment and making your initial archetype choice more meaningful. New scaling archetype costs encourage more intentional choices as you progress. Now, advancing within your specialty, like moving from recruiter to elite recruiter, is more affordable than a path that requires learning a new skill set.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Preserve your Dynasty legacy with the all-new Trophy Room. Showcase every trophy, title, and individual award won throughout your coaching journey. And look ahead at what coveted hardware you still need to strive for. The new college football history feature serves as a college football history
Oh, that's
book. It lets you
nice.
compare your program to the all-time greats,
That's nice.
adding a
That's what
new
we needed
dimension
this year.
of legacy building to Dynasty. We've revamped the transfer portal to create more realistic player movement, especially among the 4- and 5-star players. Now, from 2,000 up to 3,500 athletes can enter the portal each season,
Okay.
giving you fresh ways to build your roster year after year. New dynamic deal breakers are player expectations that evolve with their talent. That 3-star freshman who is happy with average facilities? If he's an All-American by junior year, he might be looking for top-tier amenities. And whether it's listed as a
Nice.
deal breaker or not, your most talented players may still demand playing time. Some coach abilities can impact dynamic deal breakers, providing strategic recruiting advantages. New dynamic dev traits have a bigger impact on player growth.
Yes, you can see what they went up. That is nice.
Player archetypes for better variety among athletes. And skill group levels increase from 10 to 20, so progression feels more gradual and realistic.
That's gonna separate the good players from the bad.
Location-based costs. So the further a prospect lives from your campus, the more recruiting hours a visit costs. This simulates an authentic recruiting
That makes
challenge
sense.
faced by smaller programs who must focus
So
locally,
20,
while
because he
powerhouses
lives
can
in
recruit
Kentucky. That
nationally.
makes sense.
New recruiting battles create high-stakes showdowns when multiple schools are neck and neck for a coveted recruit, and team needs are now front and center on
I
your
like that.
prospect list, so you always know exactly where
What
to
you
focus
need.
your
Yep,
efforts.
yep.
When it comes to wear and tear, every player now has a seasonal health pool that depletes as they recover. And once it's empty, they can't bounce back until the offseason. New auto
Whoa.
subs incorporate different wear and tear strategies, allowing you to customize substitution thresholds and better manage your team's long-term usage. Within custom conferences, the new protected opponents option ensures certain annual matchups, regardless of divisional changes. Preserve
Now
key
you can.
rivalries like
Okay,
Michigan
nice.
versus Ohio State every year with this feature. Up to 2 protected opponents per
2
team.
a year.
New formation subs.
I wonder
provide
if can you make them
flexibility to
though,
assign
or they have to
players
be existing.
specific alignments, adding
So like if
ways
me
to
and Multi wanted to play every
strategically
year, is that a
exploit
thing we could do?
weaknesses. Take advantage of new position
Curious.
archetypes with up to 50 subs per team, with packages that persist season to season. With crossplay in Dynasty, build your college football empire with friends on any platform. Use the enhanced Player Hub and new Members tab to effortlessly manage your Dynasty and stay connected.
Okay.
Pre-order the MVP bundle. Includes both EA Sports College Football 26 and Madden NFL 26 for Xbox Series XS and PlayStation 5.
Man, that was a little underwhelming. I thought it was gonna be more. All right, let's see. Just takes you to the video. That's the gameplay one. They must ain't put it up yet. Yeah, we'll see. Hold on, guys. See if I can find it. I'll pull this over here. Every time, Jesus. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to find the blog post. It's not over here. Oh shoot! Hello. Hey, I don't even. All right, I don't think I'm trying to do this. Don't see a blog post. Oh, here we go. Okay, they just put it up on this campus thing, so let's close this back out. Let's come back over here, refresh. Bro, where is the blog post? Why do they make it so hard to find? I'm trying to find it, bro. Like this is crazy. Why the hell is this shit so hard to find? Bro, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Bro, ain't nobody trying to do all of this stuff, bro. Alright, here we go, guys. Finally got it. Finally got it. Finally got it. Alright, so blow this up a little bit. College football 26 deep or Dynasty and Team Builder Deep Dive. Crossplay, blah blah blah. Where favorite dynasty 174, blah blah blah. Alright, build it on the foundation. When we set up Design College 25, we had a multi-year vision and what we wanted Dynasty Mode to become. The journey began by laying the foundation under three core pillars: build your coach, build your program, deliver the world of college football. That's stuff we know. All right, college football 26 represents year two of that vision. A year focused on building the foundation we set and adding meaningful depth to each pillar. It's about involving Dynasty while staying true to what makes it special and delivering on the feedback we heard from our incredibly passionate community. Just like last year, we spent countless hours talking with the community members, college football experts, and coaches. And we spent a ton of time watching Dynasty live streams, program rebuilds, wish list videos, and of course, reading thousands of messages, board posts, and tweets. A large part of our research focused not just on what is discussed, but how the mode actually played and experienced by our community. Okay? Because we said last year and strongly believe today, our team has one singular motto: satisfy the core community because this is their game. Facts. Build your coach. Every decision, every upgrade, every hire helps define your journey to the top of the college football world and the legacy you leave behind last year. All right, that's nothing. All right, create your coach. Just like last year, you'll choose between creating your own coach or stepping into the role of the existing one. This year, existing coaches are now authentic real life coaches and coordinators. With more than 300 authentic coordinators. Okay, we know about that. All right, if you choose to build, we've added ways to customize your appearance. New gear options let you show off your drip and deck your coach out in everything from a hoodie, joggers, quarter zip, jeans, and if you're really feeling nicely, you can grace the sideline with sleeveless shirts, shorts, and let everyone know you mean business. So this is what I seen. You can have freaking tank top pretty much. So that's nice. We also introduced coach demeanor and stance customization. Is your coach cool, calm, and collected, or are they high energy, emotional, charge leader that fires up the sideline? Your choice will influence your coach stance and act throughout the game, giving your coaching persona even more personality to the field. Hey, that's dope. Nobody even thought about that, but that is dope. So here we can see first name, last name, playbooks, on the monitor, pipeline, demeanor, which his is intense, stance, hands on knees, adaptive AI, situational strategist, no huddle aggressive, offensive aggression. This is on 70. Okay, coach progression. From the beginning, our design intended for our RPG archetype based abilities and progression system has been that no coach can be great at everything. How you build your coach and manage your staff matters. Your coordinators either complement your strengths or shore up your defenses. I know how to say it, but I can't read. So that's pretty much the same. Last year, players hit on level caps too early, maxing out the progression well before later years of the dynasty, which was not what we intended. While we still believe you cannot be great at everything, your coach journey should be evolved over time with new decisions and challenges emerging each season. I like that. So that is true. I think by year 6 or 7, me and Motek was both already ranked 50, and in the past 10 years for the dynasty, we couldn't do nothing but just play. So they're increasing it from 50 to 100, which I like. The amount of XP from each archetype perk now scales by archetype tier. Elite archetypes, recruiter, master motivator, and scheme crew offers double the amount of XP as 3 base archetypes hybrids. More than elite. Program Builder and CR can offer up to 10 times more XP than base tier archetypes in order to quickly and efficiently scale your coach. Level and power, it's imperative that you invest in higher level archetypes and then focus um okay. So Kirby Smart is a 50 off rip. Is that what I'm getting at? He has program builder and CEO. He got motivator. He got recruiter. He got dang, what's the other one? Can't even remember. So I like this. So if you go in and you're a recruiter, your recruiter will be cheaper, being that that's the route you chose. But if you're trying to, in this instance, he's trying to get tactician, it's going to cost more because that's not what he is. And yeah, it's cost 60 to even get motivator. Oh my gosh, that is okay. So that's a lot. That is a lot. Coach Corsair. Let's see. We introduced the foundation of Corsair last year, and in College 26, we added more polished feedback and quality of life improvements to make it easier to track movement and make smarter staff decisions. You'll now receive notifications when your coordinator accepts or declines job offers, as well alerts when one is poached for a new opportunity, whether they're leaving for a promotion or jumping ship unexpectedly. You'll stay informed and ready to react. I like that because I would love to know if my coordinators decline a job for Motac or whatever. That's clean if that's how it's gonna work. That is nice. With coordinators playing such a pivotal role in your team's performance and your coach overall development, we added 3 new program builder abilities that give you more control over the hiring and retention process. Forever home, your coordinators are less likely to leave for another job. Deal sweetener, coordinators are more likely to accept your job offer. Cream of the crop increases the caliber of coordinators available for you to hire. Okay. We also rebalance offer logic so that head coaches at top tier programs are now receiving better and more consistent job opportunities when the carousel spins. If you earn your spot among the elite, the market will better reflect it. Finally, within the staff move screens, you can now view each coach's previous role in school, their new role and destination, and their reason for job change, whether they were promoted, fired, or simply found a better fit. You'll have more context for every coaching movement. So this right here, it just says hired by another team. You see retired. You see went to the NFL. But it doesn't say like better fit or nothing. It just says hired by another team. Okay, filling out your trophy room. So this is what we know. So head coach. I like it. It shows you the score too at the bottom, guys. If y'all see right here, it shows you the score. If you want that, that is nice. Shows you the players. Marcus Freeman. So I'm guessing, okay, so 11 times. I don't know. That's what I'm reading. Because all of them is 2025. In total, there are more than 160 rival bowls and individual award trophies are collected, whether you're okay. And now it's not limited to Dynasty. The trophy room is global across all modes, including Road to Glory Play Now, Road to College Football Playoffs. No matter how you play, your accomplishments will be remembered. Like that. Build a program. Talent acquisition for roster management remains at the forefront of college football. How you approach building and keeping rosters have never been more important. The transfer portal continues to grow and evolve, becoming an even bigger force in shaping programs across the country. Whether you're reloading through high school recruiting or retooling through the portal, Your success depends on how well you execute the strategy and continue to evolve with players' ever-changing expectations. College football 26, we have that same core goal in mind, making recruits feel personal. uh, Differentiating players and regions could make the portal even more authentically unpredictable from way process value schools expectation evolve over time. Building your program now means more than just landing talent. It's about understanding it, developing it, keeping it. The transfer portal, some schools see a mass exodus, others stay most completely untouched. That's the unpredictability of the modern transfer portal in college football 26. We pushed to fully capture the intense and chaos that defines the area of roster movement. College 25 led that groundwork, but this year we felt it was predictable for some. All right, so you can get around 2,000 players enter the portal. When I think this year, I don't even know if it was half that. It felt like less than that. As part of this rebalance, we also changed how assigned star ratings to transfer process in 25. Players were assigned to their star rating based on their overall. Now, star rating is more heavily influenced by a player's position and class year. For example, 85 overall freshman quarterback will be scored higher than an 85 overall senior guard. That makes sense. The transfer portal isn't just a mechanic, it's a philosophical choice. Do you build for the future within high school talent, or do you lean into immediate impact veterans from the portal? It's a real world debate playing out across college football programs like Colorado have leaned heavily in the portal, flipping their rosters in a single offseason. Meanwhile, schools like Clemson have committed to developing high school talent through long-term investments. In College 26, both paths are viable, and each one comes with distinctive trade-offs. This also applies to retaining your own roster. Managing players' expectations is just as important as recruiting new talent in today's game. Players want more playing time, more exposure, more alignment with their goals, and sometimes those expectations change over time. Deal breakers, they kind of touched on that. Like the deal breakers develop. So now, if you look at it, you might have the playing time must be a B plus, but it'll stay there all the time. It'll always be a B plus. But as a player gets better, that deal breaker may go up to an A plus. So if he doesn't have an A plus playing time, then he's probably wanting to jump ship. So I kind of like that. So they kind of speaking on that here. All deal breakers had a fixed grade of requirements of a B minus, and that threshold never changed, regardless how good a player was. In 26, they have the dynamic deal breakers, a system that actively reflects a player's involvement and changing expectations over time. As players become more talented and productive, their expectations grow alongside them, which is, I like it. So this guy here, how they said last year, stayed at a B minus. This one, you see, it went up to playing time as an A plus, which I just mentioned. No, it went to a B plus. Yeah, they have an A plus. But if you look here, okay, he got better. So he was a freshman here. When he's a sophomore, it went up to an A. So if they're not playing him and they find a new talent or whatever, then this guy's gonna want to transfer, which is realistic. You can't just stack all the great players out of college or out of high school and expect to just keep them all. That I totally agree with that. If players do decide to leave, abilities within the program builder archetypes can help. Gift the gab, additional persuasion attempts, roster retainer, increased chance of persuading a player to stay, full refund, and get an additional persuasion attempt if one of your attempts is successful. Okay. I didn't really get any of those this year. I don't feel like it's worth it. If you're a good recruiter and you have good talent, player want to leave, let them leave. That's how I feel. Transfer portal customization with The name of deal breaker is the additional conference prestige deal breaker and improved player and time logic. 26 transfer portal is more reactive and unpredictable. Wow, this brings the chaos of modern college football to life. We also want you to have that tool to customize the experience to make it your own. Whether you want a wild, modern era portal or a throwback to the days when transferring was far less common, you now have full control over that. So I like this too. Max transfer players per team, adjust how many players can transfer from a single team, and you can go from 0 to a 30. Setting this to 30 disables the portal entirely for a more traditional experience. I don't really like that. I feel like there should be, just because of how the game is today, there should be transfers. But if you want to go back to like an NCAA 14 where you didn't really have transfers, or it was very bare minimum, hey, go with that option. Transfer probability, user team scale, how likely players on user control teams are to transfer if their deal breakers are violated. Transfer probability for CPU teams, you can do the same. So I like that. I don't know how the setting is going to be, but I'm definitely going to have this on. If me or Motec ain't obeying by what the dude said he wanted, shoot, he should be able to go. I like that. All right, my school and foundation, identity. Okay, we kind of know about this. I'm just trying to skim through and see. Fewer teams now sit at A or B range, meaning most schools will fall somewhere between D and C. For a more visible separation between the haves and haves not, making meaningful improvement is something you can do over time. So as you see, Ohio State is all freaking A's, it looks like. One of the biggest changes this year comes in pro potential. Previously, this grade was estimated by programs' ability to produce NFL talent based on their current roster. Now, pro potential is based on the school's. So this is how it should have been originally. I never understood why they took it based on the player that you have on your team. It should have been who you produce to the NFL. That's what my whole thought process. So I don't know why they changed it, but I'm glad they changed it back. Because that's crazy. I can send 100 people to the freaking NFL, but I have one bad year where nobody's going to go, and now my junk is an F. That didn't make sense to me, so I like that. This means you can now clearly see which schools are consistently sending talent to the next level and who truly deserves title of wide receiver you. Also made improvement to playing style, stats driven are tied to your team's program on the field. Every archetype, including the new ones added in 26, has its playing style tracked, reevaluated. Last year, many defensive player types were overly reliant on individual stats like interceptions, tackles for loss, often leading to small sample skew. This year, more player types, especially on defense, evaluate team level stats like average passing yards allowed, rushing yards allowed. The result in more stable. Hey, hey, I like that too. That's a good change because a lot of them do. If you get 10 picks with one player, all the cornerbacks is happy. Oh yeah, I want to go there. Yeah, I like that too. Part of this update, we also reevaluated and adjusted the starting grades for every team to better reflect the real world standings to take full advantage of a new grading distribution. Okay. Location-based recruiting. It's a little long. We ain't even halfway down yet. It's easier and cheaper to get players to campus when they live nearby. Driving 100 miles is very different challenge than flying across the country. In a college football 26, we replace that reality through location-based recruiting. The cost of a visit is tied directly to how close a recruit to your campus, making geography a meaningful factor in your recruiting strategy. I like that too. That's a dub. I shouldn't pay 40 hours to somebody who lives, I don't know, in California if I'm Georgia, and then somebody who stays in Athens, I still pay them 40. So I like that change too. The higher your recruit proximity to home grade with your school, the cheaper it is whether to bring them for a visit. Costs can range from as low as 10 recruiting hours for nearby players and as high to 40 for across the country visits. So I like that. Visits will cost. Okay, let's talk about 25. Help you maximize your visit. The CEO archetype now includes a new ability, more the merrier. This ability doubles the number of players who can visit on campus in a single week, increasing the cap from 4 to 8 total visitors. That extra flexibility can make a big difference during crucial stretches of the season, especially when you're juggling high priority targets or trying to align visits timing for multiple. Okay. And if you're running a staff with a coordinator who's active archetype and strategist, the benefits can even stack further. The strategist perk grants bonus XP for every recruit who visits during a win. So if you're hosting a full slate of 8 visitors and have the potential to significant boost coach XP across the board. Okay. Developing the next star. Scouting is a crucial part of identifying which players fit your program and which recruits you want to go after. Coaches often refer to this as finding their OKGs, our kind of guys. In College 26, we made a key improvement to the scouting system that makes it easier to use and more impactful as you build your recruiting board. First, we reordered how attributes are displayed during the scouting, ensuring that shared ratings across archetypes appear in consistent order for every position in College 25. This often made comparing prospects at the same time frustrating, especially when the same ratings would appear in different spots depending on the archetype. Now, when you're comparing 2 players at the same position, regardless of archetype, you'll see their shared attributes line up in the same way, making it simple. Okay, that makes sense. So, what they're talking about is this. So, you may have had speed up here for one of your wide receivers, and then another wide receiver, it may have been here, it may have been here. So, what they're saying is they're trying to keep it all together the same, no matter the archetype. So, when you go down this list, all of it should be the same. So I like that. Okay. Recruiting battles. Now this is something new. You're in a battle with this recruit. So let's see what this is. In 25, there were moments when 2 schools were locked in a close recruiting race, and it wasn't always clear why one team ultimately won out when both programs were neck and neck. It feels a little random which school landed the commitment. Now, when one school reaches the commitment threshold and another is right behind them, a recruiting battle will trigger. The recruit won't commit right away, and instead, they'll set a new higher commitment threshold, giving both schools a short window to make that one final push. It's not long. It's not a long extension, just enough to create space for a true head-to-head finish. From that point on, it becomes a race. Whichever school reaches the new commitment threshold first secures their commitment. This is when you pull out all the stops. It's a dead sprint to the finish line. Do everything you can to push across the threshold before your rival does. Become one, because once that threshold is hit, that recruit is off the board. Okay, so it doesn't really talk much about it. So, what exactly do you do? Can you offer another visit once they do that, or I'm not sure what they're talking about. Recruit generation. This year, we've increased the number of recruits generated to each season is 4,100, providing a deeper and more varied pool of talent for programs at every level. As a part of this expansion, we've also rebalanced several key aspects of the recruiting generation, including physical and mental abilities, as well as each prospect's individual rating. You'll be able to find players with high level attributes and silver or gold tier abilities, the kind of elite prospects that can transfer a program, but there are still fewer of them and overall, in particular when it comes to athletes. We reduce both the quality of top end athlete prospects and the quantity generated across each position. That means it's going to be rare to find truly elite prospects, but when you do, it will feel special, and landing them will be a major win for your recruiting class. All right, so this ain't really talking about nothing we don't know. Okay, so Sway looks like it may work this year. All right, so I don't even have to read this. I don't know what it's talking about. So pretty much what this is saying, if you Sway is 30, you have a high success rate if you choose whatever this first one is. If you choose what this one is. So in this case, he's going with the medium one because he has an A in proximity to home and he has an A in coaching stability, but the playing time is only a C plus. So he's going to try to sway that. And if those turn greens, then he can use his hardtail to do that, and it would give him the same benefit as if he was doing these three. So that's pretty much what that stands for. So yes, now he has all of these checks green because his suede work. Recruiting. All right, so this is just pretty much it's gonna talk about how they put this in the top, and it's gonna be easier. Yeah. Finally, we added the list. Maximum star rating, minimum pipeline, recruiting stage, player progression is at the core of building a successful program while talent acquisition is without question the most important thing in college football. Ability to develop your players, you need to keep them from reaching their full potential and prevent you from realizing your dreams of winning a national championship. College 26, we rebalanced and expanded how progression works to create more player differentiation, realism, and separation between programs. We're going to increase the number of skill rules from 10 to 20. We've seen that in the trailer. So instead of having them 10 little things where you can upgrade, well, the player upgrade on their own, now it's 20. So again, like I said, when I reacted to it, I feel like it's gonna get the schools more of a the difference between players. So you'll be able to tell who's who. That's kind of what I got from that. Physical abilities. As Scott described the gameplay deep dive, we introduced new physical and mental abilities this year in addition to the new physical abilities. We've also modified the requirements to unlock physical ability tiers. Previously, all required a single attribute level to unlock each tier. For example, 95 toughness to unlock platinum workhorse. Now, some abilities like shifty require 2 attribute ratings for them. For example, platinum shifty now requires both 97 change of direction and 96 acceleration for a wide receiver. These added thresholds make the top tier ability even rarer. Okay, I like that. From impact player to star. Player performance during the season now plays a huge role in their long-term potential. If a player absolutely cooks during the season, they can now upgrade their development trait during the off-season progression. Performance is determined by their season stat line relative to their position. Upgrading a development trait is not guaranteed, and the better a player current trait is harder to become to move up. For example, moving up from normal to impact is more likely than jumping from star to elite. You can increase the odds of players upgrading a development trait by purchasing the Games Getter ability with the CEO archetype. If a player does upgrade their development trait, you'll receive a notification and it will be also highlighted in the training results screen. Okay, training results. Speaking of training results, this screen has undergone a major overhaul to give you better visibility into the growth and progression of each player during the offseason. For example, or for each player, you can see exactly how much an attribute increased. Additionally, the player's model of the right hand side displays their weight gain. Oh, it's like they can gain weight and attributes. That okay. I like that. So this dude's a wide receiver. He went up +7, but he didn't get any faster. But he did gain 2 pounds. I like that. Manual progression. If you're looking for more direct control over how your players develop, you can enable manual progression in league settings. Manual progression is an individual team setting. It does not require all members for online Dynasty to have the same setting. If you choose to enable manual progression for your players, you will earn a skill point like normal. However, they will never automatically spend them to progress their abilities and attributes. You can see how many skill points each player has. So I'm not a fan of that because I didn't like that in Madden. Where you just upgrade a player like that. I would rather it be turned off and let it let it auto do it. So probably gonna leave that off. I'm not a fan of that. Menu position offers significant advantage in shaping the player's growth. So when it's turned on, it comes with a default 25% progression nerf to help me. Okay, so the nerf is fully customizable. It can be completely turned off or increased to 100% to fully. Okay, so that's different, but I would rather keep it off. So you can kind of upgrade them like you can in Road to Glory. So I would rather keep it off. That's just my opinion. Position changes are a key part of building and evolving rosters and dynamic mode, but translating to a new role isn't always seamless. When a player moves to a new role, they must learn a new position, a new skill set, one that may not directly translate from their previous experience. While they can certainly grow into the role over time, that development doesn't happen overnight. To better reflect now when a player changes position, they will only retain abilities that are shared between their previous archetypes and new ones. Their skill group caps are also adjusted based on how closely the new position relates to their original one. For example, shifting a running back to a wide receiver will result in a smaller drop in development ceiling than moving that same player to offensive tackle. The farther apart the positions are in terms of required traits and responsibility, the steeper the learning curve, which naturally limits the potential and current abilities. So CJ Allen, for example, I don't know if they actually moved him. They did, okay. So he was a 94 overall at a Mike, which is the middle linebacker, and then moving him to a free safety. He keeps the same ability except for grip breaker because he does not need that as a free safety. That is more for like a D lineman or linebacker type of thing. So he's a box specialist at free safety. So okay. And then if you move him to D tackle, he keeps grip breaker because that's the only thing that fits that. And he's a gas specialist. Okay. Wear and tear, we know about that. They speak on the severe or the season and career wear and tear. So. I like this. I like this auto auto sub things. I like that. Custom settings, we seen this. Part of college football is one of the most powerful parts of Dynasty mode is looking back, reliving the moments, debating the greats, and remembering the champions that shaped your dynasty of the past, whether it's your boss telling you about his sweet two-star recruit that won 3 Heisman's and a national championship at a small school, or arguments with friends over whose team was truly the best. Those memories are what make Dynasty special. At 26, they have a history tab. From Yale winning the very first national championship in 1869 to every moment you create across your 30-year dynasty. National championships, we just talked about. Conference championships going back to 1896. Including conferences that no longer exist for each national and conference champion. You'll be able to see the year they won the championship, their top 25 ranking, season record, and the name of the coach who won the championship. If this was a championship game, you will also be able to see the losing team, top 25 ranks, season record, and the box score. I like that. That's dope. 21 individual player coach awards, for example, historical trophy, Heisman Trophy, and the Bear Bryant Coach of the Year. Okay. Alrighty. So this is a picture of that. So they're looking at national championships. So it breaks it down the record. Coach. Here, conference championship. Tennessee, Texas. Tells you the coach, tells you the score, tells you the record. It gives you their record too. Alright, this is Heisman, so Caleb Williams, Mariota, and they got it broken down by conference. In addition to college football history, you can now view all of the players' awards, accolades from their player card. Within the player card, go to the Moors tab and then select stats. Okay, so kind of like Madden, how to do what year they got drafted and stuff like that. So you can see all of their awards. I like that. And just like you, the community or stat junkie will believe the number, tell the story. This year, we've expanded stat tracking across players, team, conferences to give you more fuller, more detailed view of performance throughout the Dynasty mode. Ties the runner goes to, in college football would be difficult to understand how the conference tiebreakers were resolved or why one team advanced over another. This year we made it a priority to bring that clarity and transparency to their process. The updated logic and designed to be better along with how the real world. Okay, so first we look at the head-to-head records between tied teams. If the teams didn't all play each other or the head-to-head doesn't resolve that tie, we can check this team's record against common conferences opponents. If they are still tied, we will use the CFB ranking to determine placement. So an example of that, let's say a conference ends the regular season with a three-way tie for first place between Team A, B, and C. All three finish conference play with identical 7-1 record. So step one, head-to-head. We first look at the head-to-head matchups between the top teams. Team A beat B, Team B beat C, Team C beat A. Each one of them is a one-on-one against each other, against the other two. The head-to-head tiebreaker does not resolve it. Second step, record versus common conference opponents. Now we'll check to see each team performed against shared conference opponents. All three teams played D, E, F, and G. All of them are 4-0. And then now they go to the conference. Team A was ranked higher. Team B is higher than C. So that means Team A and B are the 1 and 2, and Team C gets left out. Team A wins the tiebreaker based on the highest CFP ranking and advances to the conference championship game. Now, in addition to approve the tiebreaker logic, we will have some columns showing a team's point difference, average, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah. So all of these are okay. Texas probably gets in if I had to guess. Stat pattern. We also added a deeper stat tracking for both individual players and entire teams. The box score now displays the total number of plays and yards per play. We also added new metrics with the season stats, career stats, and team stats screen. Okay, players, season and career. Touchdown percent, number of touchdowns divided by the number of pass attempts, sack rate. Alright, they doing a whole lot with that. So we know about this, so let's read some. So we got Speedster, a pure burner who takes the top off the defense, not a tactician, but lethal in open space. Route artist, precise, smooth, and always open, wins with footwork and timing. Physical route runner, a big body and technical but not fast, great for contested third downs. Elusive route runner, shifty before and after the catch, combines smooth routes with an elite yak ability. Gritty, possess tough, reliable, physical, ideal for options, offense and run blocking on the perimeter. Gadget, a do-it-all player who might take a snap at quarterback or running back, built for the trick plays and misdirection. Contested specialists dominate tight coverages, high points the ball, and wins in jump ball scenarios. Alright, we know about that. That's in Madden. But can you pick them though? I'm pretty sure it says it in here. So yeah, I think that's what I'm getting. You can pick the team, so it'll be locked in. So if me and Motek want to play every year, I can set that up. College playoff, so they fixed it. So it don't matter the conference or anything like that. It's 1 through 4 gets the bye. At the time, playoff format Dynasty. The offseason, college football changed its format, so now that the top 4 teams in the first round previously the byes were awarded to the 4 highest ranking conference. So yeah, it don't matter who wins conference. If you're ranked 1 through 4, you get a bye week. Quality of life. We added a number of improvements to make it easy to navigate and manage and access key information within your dynasty. Quick access of player info. So that's if you're looking at it like this, you could just do that. Okay. Development traits in the player module. I like that they added that. That's cool. So if I got a linebacker that's elite dev, but the guy who's higher overall is like star, I will obviously want to start the elite development. Okay, so I like that. The members tab in Dynasty, we have added a new tab called Members. The Members tab lets you see every user in your online Dynasty or every coach character in your offline Dynasty for each team. It will show the username, team, top 25 rank, current week's matchups and results, platform, online status, and whether they are not ready to advance. As a commissioner, the Members tab is now where you will make all your commissioner actions like adding or removing users, targeting an autopilot, promoting or depromoting other commissioners, transferring dynasty ownership to another, inviting new users to the dynasty crossplay. Pre-order bonuses. What do we have here? To give players a head start on building their programs, all pre-order of College Football 26 will receive a bonus of 100 coach points when you start a dynasty. The bonus applies to every dynasty you start and is an additional to the 100 coach points you can earn over time through progression. Give you an early edge. Oh, so you can get a total from level 1 to 10. You get 1,000 points, but if you pre-order, you can get 1,100 points. Nice. So let's see what else we got here. The little things. Elevates. Dynamic time of the day. They talked about that yesterday. So this is how the game start. It's getting later on the day. The sun starts to set. Super sim tempo adjustments. Teams who run tempo style of each play will now have an increase in area snaps. Broken record feedback. When a player breaks a single game season or career record, you will now have a full screen takeover celebrate. Thank you. They brought this back. This used to be in 14 and stuff. They brought it back. Thank you. Oh, so it's like this though. I wanted to be in game. Single season record broken. Congratulations, Malachi Hughes set the Oregon single season rushing touchdown record. That's dope though. It's at least it's something. I'll take that. Okay, so you can see offense and defense. Force win update when force win or loss announces the name of the team you are forcing. Okay, that's good. Even though me and Motek don't do that, but another league I'm in, dudes we getting messed up because it say home and away and stuff. You and team schedule, you can now see the combined opponent record. Give me a quick snapshot of strength schedule. Redshirt players can now play in postseason games without counting against their redshirt eligibility. In additional, now when you start a redshirt player, it will not reset the entire depth chart. Thank you. It will only alter the position the player was. Okay. Registration or account. I don't know what the hell this is. Okay, so it shows you 600 now instead of the 300. Team builder. I was team builder last year. Don't really use this, so it doesn't really affect me. For all you team builders, feel free to pause. Dynamic feedback. We heard difficult to access how good or better players team were doing. Okay. Okay, so this is all for team builder. Okay, well that's the end of it, guys. So spent the hour with you guys going over the blog post, watching the video. My first reaction, I like it. So that was fun, but I'll see y'all in the next.